Usually, almost 90% of the patient, at any time they present, from childhood to adolescence to adult life, they already have organomegaly. That can be of different size, but they usually have enlarged spleen and enlarged liver. So these are very commonly the presenting signs. Associated to that, another important disease hematological parameters is thrombocytopenia. So if you put together splenomegaly and thrombocytopenia, actually these are two very suspicious signs. Then they may have other ancillary let's say accompanying signs such as cholelithiasis, increased ferritin. Increased ferritin is very often a reason for a patient to go and visit a physician. So that has to be put on the list. Well, a survey which was conducted some years ago among a group of almost 500 of oncohematologists, asking them, if you see a patient 40 years old with splenomegaly, with thrombocytopenia, with anemia, with bone pain, what will be your first diagnosis? Myeloma, lymphoma, leukemia, and only 1/4 of these physicians thought to Gaucher. So it's quite difficult to distinguish from other either oncohematological disorder, but especially from other lysosomal disorder. But that's mainly because, again, it's not put on the list of the differential diagnosis, because if it is there, you can list several signs or symptoms which differentiate Gaucher from other conditions. For example, bone pain. For example, hyperferritinemia or cholelithiasis. So whenever we are dealing with such patients, we may collect a proper clinical history and pull together one of the other reasons which may allow to distinguish Gaucher is bleeding. For example, bleeding during surgery or an excess bleeding postpartum. Of course, they can be confused with bleeding disorders, but if you look at all the status of the subjects, you will be able to do it. It's just a question to think to the disease. At the end, the diagnostic test is the enzyme activity measurement, because this disease is due to a deficiency of an enzyme which is named glucocerebrosidase. So at the end, to be sure that you are diagnosed as a Gaucher patient, you must have a decrease of this enzyme. Sometimes it's difficult to find a lab where this activity is measured, but now, currently, is available a rapid first step screening test, which is a paper dot blot, where it's enough to put a drop of blood, which can be taken by nurses even, and then the spot can be centralized without problem, because can be mailed, and then this blood is diluted by this paper and give you a first idea on the enzyme activity. If it is positive, then you can go further with the enzyme activity measurement on leukocytes or fibroblasts, and as a last step, you can do the molecular analysis. We actually conducted a we propose an approach to diagnose these patients in the hematology setting, proposing an algorithm which starts from if you have in front of you a patient with splenomegaly and thrombocytopenia, for whom you excluded any malignancy, then think to Gaucher. And through this approach, which has been implemented in Italy in approximately 40 hematology units, approximately 5% of patients have been diagnosed who probably wouldn't be diagnosed or would be diagnosed later on. So I think that this kind of approach for improving the diagnosis can be useful.